Hello to all. I'm going to do just a little quick comparison between magnifiers. Here I have two of the older Eotech G33 magnifiers, and here I have a newer Eotech G43 magnifier. It just comes in a little plastic clamshell box. Foam on the top and bottom. On the inside it has a sticker, warranty information, and the instructions, the manual. And here are the magnifiers. So I have a couple of the G33s. I have three G33s. These come as a pair, have another one, and then I got this little one here. I haven't used the newer one as much, but I have kind of preferred the magnifiers over LVPOs, but now I'm kind of on the fence about these now. So I've had probably a G33, I'm gonna say probably close to 3-4 years or so. This one, I think less than a year. So I'm just gonna look at them, see where they differ, besides the obvious size difference. I'm going to start by looking at the mounts. The mounts look almost exactly identical. If you guys don't know how they work, you have this little locking tab here. So when it's locked onto the rail, you just can't pull this out. You have to depress this, and then you'll be able to open it up. Same on this, when it's on the rail or just even sitting here, you can't open it up. You gotta depress this and open it up. One thing that I noticed, even though these look exactly the same, the patent numbers are different. So here you have one that ends in 773, that's B2, and this one has 875, B2, but they look almost exactly the same. Screws here, you have a hole here on the bottom right that's cut through on both. Pins in the same location. Same markings on these locking tabs. And the footprints look like they are identical. Like I could probably switch this with this, but I'm not sure. Same notch cut out, but different patent numbers. So maybe there is something different, or maybe they are the same. I do not know how patent numbers work out. So we'll start from the back, the objective. So I believe the advertised eye relief is still the same. It's around 2.3 inches on both of these. And eye box, if you ever held or used like a Trijicon, a Steiner, Leopold, Vortex higher end optic, like $800 to I'm say $1,800 or so, they have much better eye relief than these. The eye relief on these suck, honestly, if you've experienced something else. I'm not gonna be able to show you with something so close, but I'm not really a fan of the eye relief or the eye box on these. And as far as the glass clarity, these are subpar, honestly. If you've looked through a magnified Trijicon optic, a higher end Vortex optic, the glass is phenomenal. On both of these, older and the newer version, the glass is nothing special. For the adjustment knobs back here, they are a little bit different. This one is thinner than the older model, but what's weird about this is it gets looser. So right here, I have it tightened all the way down, and once it starts getting loose, it becomes much more easy to turn. At the end, it gets a little bit stiffer. On this, the older one, it's continuous kind of stiffness all the way throughout it. So it doesn't get loose at any point, doesn't get tighter on any point. It's nice, firm grab you have to have on this to be able to adjust it. It doesn't get loose or tighter anywhere. As with the newer one, same as old, both of these have these rubber overmolds over them. So this rubber part all around here, it looks like you can actually slip it off. I've never ever done that on anyone, but it is removable. Same on this. As you can see, you can easily flip that up and take it off. The adjustment knobs are a little bit different, but they do have the same orientation. With this, the older one looks like you take like a flathead or a coin at the 45-degree marks. You're able to adjust it. This, you are not able to. Looks like you just have to do it by hand, but then kind of seems redundant. You can do this by hand, but then you do also have a coin option for it too. Same for the windage. And both orientations got turned to the right to go to the right. The markings are a little bit different. You have the newer Eotech logo where it is absent on this one. You have the name on the little rubber case. You have the QR code there. On this one, the QR code has been moved to the bottom. The objectives, those are almost a night and day difference. You have a much larger objective on this one, and it is much smaller with a whole bunch of other real estate at the front taken up. I'm not sure exactly what the purpose of that is or how that enhances it, how it's better, anything like that. But all I know, it is clearly different. As you can see, the smaller one also does seem to have a riser where the older one does not. The most obvious and apparent difference between these is obviously going to be the length. The older one comes in right under 4 inches, about 3.9 inches. And the newer one is little, about 1 inch shorter exactly, and 2.9 inches. I'm not exactly sure about the weight difference between them. And also with this new release, Eotech also offered, I believe, a cheaper one. This comes in around $600. They have a cheaper one, the G30. I think it was half the price. And they have a G45, which is a 5X. I believe I am looking to get some prism optics, some fixed powered optics instead of magnifiers now. I'm kind of liking those instead of even LVPOs or these. I'm not using these on any kind of serious rifles at this time, but they are a cool accessory to have. Obviously, with the smaller footprint, if you're able to get similar eye relief, you're able to get the same magnification, but right here, you don't take as much rail space as you do here. You are able to actually kind of fit a backup iron sight under it. Not really an issue. So if you have this hanging off the rear of your upper receiver, if it's an AR-15, it can still kind of hang over, and it's not going to take up this space for anything else, since the mount itself is still the same diameter. It should still take up the same amount of rail space. I know my diameter length, so you still should you don't have any issue losing the ability to have a backup iron sight tucked in under this. But of course, you know, if you need to deploy it, flip it to the side to be able to put it up. I try to get some video of this, you know, through the camera and everything, so you could see the clarity. It's not going to come across, and I wasn't able to get anything that good looking. But again, the glass on these isn't that great at all. The 43 might be a little bit clear, but nothing like to write home about. If you're looking to buy one, I think these are about $600. I don't know how much these are. I would have to guess probably around $400. Would I think it is worth spending the $200 extra on this, the newer model versus the older one? I would say no. As far if I felt like the eye relief and the clarity was better, I would maybe venture to say yes. But because the eye relief, clarity, all that, it has not changed, I don't think the 1 inch in length less is worth the extra money. I think this does look cooler. I like the logo and, you know, the more compact package, but yeah, I would still not think it's worth it. But just my opinion. Appreciate you guys watching.